yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. And I don't know the rest of the songs, but that's alright. Did you have a good Christmas? I am no jamonkey. There's some songs I can sing, but I'm not too sure how much anybody would appreciate it. But I was wondering if y'all had a good Christmas. I had a pretty good Christmas. It was a tough one in the sense that this is the second one without my dad. And so I know of a few people who have lost someone in their life, in their homes, and so I kind of went overboard a little bit, giving them something just to try to make them get through their situation better and stuff like that. And I thought I'd talk about my Christmas and what I think is important. One is, if you see this house here, yeah, I'm breaking it up already. This here, come here. Is something that my mom and I did together. And we had a lot of fun with it. Here's some clips to show you what it was like.
Oh, that's a big knob. Bigger than I thought it would be. Oh, hey. You're catching on real good.
I'm getting the idea.
Yeah. What do I think?
I think it's pretty cool.
Well, I think we're so creative.
One thing I want to tell you is my mom is in her 70s. I'm in my 50s. Take time to spend with your family. You know, it's like parents take time to be with your kids, even if they are in your 50s. And kids, take time to be with your parents. They're not around forever. My mom gave me this picture of my dad. He looking all kinds of happy. What it was is that was the first day of construction of their new home out in South Dakota, which if you've seen my videos, you know where that is. And they had retired early, bought this property, and built the house themselves, and it was something. So that was a good memory. This is my one Christmas card or Christmas present I'm going to cherish. This is what I got from Gabby. When you're going to give a gift to somebody, make sure it fits the person. You say, well, it's just a memory card. Well, she knows me. I take pictures and I do videos and all that kind of stuff. And I'm always looking for something to put the memory, you know, get my pictures on so I can take care of the memory and all that kind of stuff. And she knows to go big on the numbers, so she knows me well. This I thought was cute. Excuse me. It's actually a little tripod type of thing. And it's a keychain. Kind of cute type of thing. So, but my husband went and got my fancy camera. I have a Nikon. Whoops. I have a Nikon D5000, and I love it. And the silly thing just kind of got dirty and was not cooperating and giving me trouble. So my husband went and got that fixed. That was the only thing I asked for this year for Christmas, because I knew it was going to be expensive to have it done, and I really don't need anything else. We have a house. As you know, we had a flood this last year, so everything that's in the basement has to be stripped down and taken out, and so we got all that going on. So the only space we have is the upstairs, and kind of limited on that space. So, and if you're going to make a present, make it from the heart. My sister always hand makes Christmas presents. So she made these kind of like trivets. They're actually those square tile things that you put like on the bathroom or something like that, but she took them and she decoupaged them and put a little soft thing on this side, and so they're kind of like trivets. I can use them for a trivet, or I can use them for like whatever, for your cups, and I forget what they're called. Anyway, you put your cup on it or something like that, and they're real cute and I like them. And that's my sister. She always makes her Christmas presents, and I try to make my Christmas presents as well. The last couple of years, I kind of, last year I just got busy and couldn't get around to it. This year, all of my supplies for the Christmas presents were in the basement. I found some of them, but not all of them, and I'm trying to get everything done and found and cleaned up so I can work on them again. I finally got my sewing space downstairs put together. Here, my mom gave me this book, and it's Jesus Calling, Enjoy Peace and Presence. It's basically a daily study thing that's worded in such a way that's more like a person talking to you versus like you're holding a conversation with someone versus, do this and do that kind of thing. I am a Christian, and because I responded to something that the Shaytards said, what Colette said, people seem to think that I was Mormon. I am not Mormon. There is a difference. I'm not really sure all the differences, but I'm not going to go into it because I don't think it's important. The biggest thing is that I know that the Shaytards are different as Mormon than the Mormons that I know around here, and they do follow the Bible, and I thought that was a cool thing. But as for religion and that kind of thing, I'm not going to get into arguments because I don't think it's worth it. I am a Christian. That is very clear. And I have a thought that's been bugging me. Is people think at Christmas time we should be more Christian than other times of the year. Personally, I think it should be all year round. And I made the comment how I adopted a few families. Throughout the year, I try to see if there's someone that needs anything and see what I can do to help them. And it gets me when, like one time when I was at a food bank, we were giving out food, and I'm going every week, giving out food, helping out with the food bank. And of course I don't record it because I don't think it's anybody's business. Well, I got kind of teed off one day because these people from a church, bunch of kids, youth group thing, came and helped out one week, and they had pictures and videos and stuff to show that they're doing this. My problem is I never saw them before, and I never saw them since. To me, putting the camera there is just making them look good. So if you're going to do something like that, is it every day? And do you have to show off when you're doing it? But just a thought. I also like presents. I was talking about homemade presents. This is my nephew my son laughed when he said, well, Johnny gave you a present. And I said, yeah, I know what it is. He makes these, he takes chocolate, I guess. He treats chocolate and he melts it. And then this white minty frosting stuff he puts on top of it. And then he takes mint candy and he breaks it up and puts it in there. And breaks it up and everybody gets a bag full of it. I've actually looked forward to these. I have a little piece every now and then because it's very, very strong flavor to it. But it's from the heart and I kind of like the homemade stuff. So that's one thing. This is kind of a combination thing. My mom every year makes cookies. Usually she gives us a box full of cookies and there's an assortment in there. This year she just wasn't up to it, but I ended up with a bag full of cookies. Big bag full of cookies. And this little glass thing is from my sister. She gave it to me with full of candy. And lately my sister, before she never gave me fancy stuff, but lately she's been giving me fancy stuff and I'm enjoying it. And I'm going to have to, and when I'm in the process of redoing my house, I'm going to have to make it look nice. And you worry about your diet because of the holidays. And you worry about, should I have this, because as everybody knows, I've been working real hard on losing weight. The beginning of this year, I had about close to 200 pounds to lose. I was 320 pounds. And I should be maybe 130, 140-ish, somewhere in there. And so I've been learning moderation and all that kind of stuff. So when I have my cup of cheer, that's my cup. This is cider. It's kind of like a homemade cider, so it looks a little more cloudier than what you're used to. But I'm not being denied what I want, but I learn the moderation. And eggnog, I've been trying different kinds of stuff. This stuff is Turkey Hill low-fat eggnog. When I have eggnog, there was one of those tag things, do you like eggnog? Well, what I do is I take about half eggnog and then I fill the rest up with some milk or almond milk or something like that. So, I don't know, to me it's knowing when you're going to give a Christmas present or any kind of present, you want to make sure it fits the person. To me, homemade's always better than anything. But like my mom gave me that book. She knew I would like that book. She knew I would enjoy it because we've talked about it. And do you include your pets? We did. Casper, when we had the floods, she lost her bed. So here's a clip of Casper getting introduced to her new bed. I think she likes it. I think it's kitty approved. Do you like that, Casper? Huh? Do you like it? Yeah. And Saphira, well, Saphira used to like anyway, those red laser light things. And so I guess she's kind of gotten fat and lazy because now she just kind of goes. That's the extent of her play. But we found out with Michael's new dog, he kind of goes nuts on it. Susie doesn't like it. Oh, chill. It's that boy is funny, and he goes through toys and stuff, and I try to help my son out by keeping his puppy dog up on the toys and everything. And what kind of foods do you guys like for Christmas? We didn't really do much of anything. My son, he got up early on Christmas morning and he cleaned the kitchen, and then he fixed us a really big Christmas breakfast, and we had turkey, ham, and waffles. Now, in my family, I don't know about the rest of you, but we would take Jimmy Dean sausage and we'd cook it up and crumble it up real good. And then we would make our waffle batter and then put some of that sausage into the waffle batter and then make your waffles that way. And that's what my dad used to do all the time. So when Michael made Christmas breakfast, he made those waffles, and it was like, oh wow. And we had some bacon and we had eggs. Oh, my son makes some really good eggs. But he just made all kinds of pretty much think of the breakfast item. He made it, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we will have breakfast for the next few days. But it was really good, and the fact that he just got up and made it, it was just awesome. But and my thing is remember, you this time of year everybody gets all giving and all that kind of stuff, but my thing is it needs to be year round. And I gave out some presents that I was a bit more generous than I normally would be, but I know those people, they had a death in the family and they were going through some pain, and I just wanted to make their Christmas a little better. And but I have been generous to them and other people year round, you know, and that's something that we need to remember, is to have a loving heart and to be giving all year round, not just on Christmas. So I hope you all did have a good Christmas. I hope you all have a good New Year's, and I hope 2014 is an awesome year for all of you. Merry Christmas.